USA, a Total Media Group station.
The following is a special sports presentation from the Total Media Sports Network and 105.7 Hank FM. WLGC, Greenup, Ashland, Ironton. 105.7 Hank FM WLGC, the Total Media Sports Network, presents the Boyd County Lions Coaches Show, a weekly look at Boyd County High School athletics. Live from 105.7 Hank FM Kool TV Studios. Here's the voice of the Boyd County Lions, Greg Preston.
And hello, everybody, and welcome to the Boyd County Coaches Show, live again out here at Red's Place, 8130 U.S. Route 60. Come on out and join us if you get a chance to. We'll be here till 8 o'clock. You can come in, talk to Boyd County head coach Evan Ferguson. We got a text line open too, 740-302-0936. We'll take some texts a little bit later on. But right now, Boyd County comes in at 5-2 overall after a big win in district opponent Greenup County last week, 49-7. This week, you've got the Ashland Tomcats, which is a huge, huge game. We got Coach Ferguson here. We'll talk about that. But, Coach, last week against Greenup County, especially after a good performance against Johnson Central, you came in and took care of business.
Yeah, I think we improved from the week before from Johnson Central to Greenup County, and I think it was no secret that, you know, I can try to play it off all I want to. We didn't want to have any hangover effect from giving it all we had against Johnson Central. But what I told the kids that night and what I think we preached all week on what we were trying to do was that's not the best we can play when we had Johnson Central close. Like we left some opportunities on the field we needed to get better with, and even with Greenup last week, I think that we had a great result in the scoreboard, and happy with how Friday night went, but we're still not satisfied on the end result. So we want to keep working to get better, and I think that we had a great week. I mean, defensively, you can't say more. Defensive is a shutout. Offensively, we gave up 7 points, you know, and but we still put up 49 as a team. And that's just a great team performance. We played well on special teams, defense, and we did what we needed to do on offense. So we hope we can put all three together a little bit better this week and continue to get better and make a playoff run with that. And,
you know, again, there on last Friday against Greenup County, all three phases of the game were good.
Yes, and I think that, you know, they talk about, you know, special teams, a third of the game, all that stuff, and we continue to get better on all phases of football, and we have to continue to improve on that. You know, on our returns on kickoff, and make sure we're all getting the right guy every time. Whenever we're doing different things, our punt block, our punt, you know, whenever we're punting the football or our extra point, we had a step that was the wrong way. It didn't beat us this week, but I think we fixed that already from yesterday. What we did wrong on some of our extra points. So we're doing well in a lot of different areas, but we're not perfect anywhere. We need to continue to try to chase perfection and get there. But it's high school football. I don't know if you're ever going to be there, but you want to keep chasing it.
And, you know, tonight our guest is going to be Cam May. Had a big night there against Greenup County. But, you know, the weather right now, today, a lot of rain. How do you handle practice on days like this?
A lot of times we just tough it out and go out there in the rain, get soaked, and have fun doing it. Honestly, we because the forecast, like, hats off to those, they actually got it right. But we saw it. We knew it was going to be a downpour all day. Our kids we shifted a little bit of Monday and Tuesday this week, and yesterday we went ahead and had a little bit heavier a day on offense yesterday, and we did a little extra film today, and I think overall that worked out pretty well for us. Our kids responded well. We had a long practice yesterday. It was here at almost 7 o'clock on Monday. But we got a lot of work done on Monday. Had a good day of hopefully getting our assignments visualized and seeing it on film. We've talked about it. We visualized it. Now tomorrow we'll make sure we dial it in a little bit more and continue to touch it up for be ready to go Friday.
And, you know, I got a chance also to go down and watch your JV group play there yesterday against Greenup. They played well.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see. We want to make sure we continue to have fun. If we have a good day on Friday, we want to get better on Monday and continue to build what we're doing. So it was great to see that our JV had a great night, and we kind of really – I felt like we had a rough week there last week. We started we didn't play to what we want to do on Monday in that JV game against Johnson Central. When we didn't I don't think we performed how we should have, and I think that we really kind of put a lot of emphasis on JV last week, probably more than we had been, and I think they really responded well on Monday night. And hats off to those guys. Hats off to all of our coaching staff to get that done, to those kids to go out there and put the job, get the job done because that's the future. And we try to,
Yes.
I know we all here, we spend all this time talking about Friday night, but I tell you what, I don't know if anything puts me in a worse mood than, having to, we can do whatever happens on Fridays. I want to win. You can be happy, but if we don't have a good Monday, it puts me in a bad mood again for the week. So we got to make sure we have good Mondays, and we did this week.
Depending on kids making us happy, Coach, we're in a lot of trouble, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't know why I picked this line of work like that.
But if you take a look back from week 1 until now, the team has grown leaps and bounds. And you can go right down the list at everybody that's gotten better, and that's what you expect to see from your football club.
Yes, without a doubt. And we look at where we're at now. We talked first couple of weeks. We talked about inexperience.
Yep.
All these different guys that first time starting a football game on a Friday night are really getting even any valuable varsity experience. And at this point in the year, we've already played 7 games now. You can't really use inexperience as an excuse. Now, it's still going to happen. You're going to see those moments where you have your more experienced players show out. But at this point, we've all had experience, and we've continued to improve each and every week. And I think it needs to be no exception. When the job's not done, we're still having to work to do each week better. And there's a lot of things we did poorly last week that we got to improve upon. So from last week to this week, we need to continue to have a big jump each week. And if we keep doing that, I think we'll really like where we're at the end.
Yep, and, we'll talk to Cam May here in a few minutes with the big night he had. Brody Castle had a big night too, became the school's all-time leading tackler. And, there's a lot of things that go into that. And, just a great night there the other night.
Absolutely. It really made me happy to see Brody get that record. I think he's worked really hard and dealt with a lot of adversity. To see him kind of come to get his career with a little bit of conclusion there of getting that record was great. And he had a good night offensively too for us. And that was that meant a lot to him, and it meant a lot to our team, and he's meant a lot to our team, and I just appreciate everything Brody's done for our program. And going along with that, you mentioned about kids getting better each and every week and our team improving. I mean, the guy we're getting ready to talk to in Cam May has had one of the best. And, you've seen the week-to-week improvement on him, arguably more than anybody. And he's doing a great job and continuing to get better. His ceiling's a lot higher than where he's at now still, but I really enjoyed – I told him on film yesterday, I said one of his best plays is one where he probably got no praise for, but he had a great coverage and actually just had a great pass defense on it. And really the ball was just a little longer. He'd have had another pick. But, and he was the first to say on one of the picks he's probably opposition, gets got rewarded for it. And, sometimes when you're living right and playing really hard, good things happen. And I think that's a guy like Cam is playing hard and he's getting better at different things. His footwork's getting better, his hips. And not the biggest thing is his confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're playing, you're a good athlete. Once you start playing with confidence with that, you're hard to beat. So I hope all of our guys are gaining more confidence each week, and that needs to continue to happen.
And, it's been a great run, especially if you take a look at it from the defensive side of the ball. They've really grown, and in the last 2 weeks, they forced 7 turnovers, which has really helped.
Yeah, whenever you win the turnover battle, you're going to win a lot of football games.
Yep.
And right now we're doing a good job on that. There was 2 times we didn't take care of the football last Friday, and I harp on that obviously. But defensively, we're doing a great job of turning teams over. And we can talk about how you force a turnover, but also sometimes that's just opportunistic of making sure you're in the right place at the right time. And when you're playing hard, your opportunities increase. Sometimes people say, actually, we talk about that when I go fishing with my buddy. We're like, hey, sometimes you got to get lucky, but I think you kind of make your own luck whenever you're kind of going and just putting, doing everything you can to get whatever lucky bite or whatever you're trying to have happen. And I think that goes a long way with football and in life. Whenever you work hard every day and you're doing things right, when you're playing your assignment on Friday night, the ball is going to end up being where it's supposed to be because, the teams we're playing are really good football teams too. And, but we talk about depending on 15 to 18-year-old kids to make us happy, they're also going to make mistakes. We're going to make mistakes, but, whenever they're giving it all they got, good things happen. And so far we're doing a good job of having that happen. And I think we did a really great job Friday of capitalizing on that, though, by making it big plays and big returns and stuff like that.
Yep. And what is that saying? It says the harder I work, the luckier I get, isn't it? And that's it's starting to show out right now.
Make your own luck. Yep.
Yep, you sure do. And, Greenup County, a really good football team, too, a physical football team. And we're going to face another physical football team in Ashland. We're no stranger to facing teams that are tough.
Yeah, I think at this point in the year we've seen a lot of great football teams, and Ashland is definitely a great football team. I think we just got a great, perfect effect, snowball effect of some turnovers went our way, and we're really blessed and fortunate that happened. And I think our kids deserve that too. They definitely did what we needed to do to get those wins and get that opportunity. And this week it's going to be no exception. Ashland's going to come ready to play, and there's a lot of rivalry. There's a lot of, everybody kind of knows each other on this game. All these kids we're really close, and it's going to be an exciting game. It should be a really good battle from start to finish, and we got to make sure we know it's going to be a 48-minute contest. That there's going to be some ebbs and flows of ups and downs. Obviously, I hope it's just perfect Boyd County football game, but I'm not stupid, and I know that we're going to have some issues, and they're going to have some issues. It's going to be who can endure that and make the big plays at the end. And
they're going back to Friday night. You're up 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. And a lot of that has to do with this man sitting across from us, 2 pick sixes, and a 25-yard touchdown reception in that. But second quarter, your offense really started to find some flow and run the football.
Yeah, honestly, I thought about saving it. I'm going to the bone, but I'm really glad that we got some, because we needed to see some errors we made on film and some things we didn't do well with it. But we've kind of, like I said, we defended that the last few weeks, and I think by defending it so much, you kind of start to understand it a little bit more. And I think our guys did a great job of just stepping up and learning to play that, play the bone, and we wanted to be tough and run the football as well, and we did a pretty good job there. So it was good to see as they were playing us. They really only had 3 guys inside the tackles, and we just decided to go, and it was open for us, and I think we did a great job around the inside, and we got to continue to hit. It just takes what the defense gives you. They were giving it to us, and we decided to go execute it, and our guys did a great job, and we got to continue to improve that facet of our game. And I think we got to clean up a little bit of our passing game too right now, but I was really happy to see us get under center on the football at the old days.
And, everything predicates off of that fullback in that wishbone. You establish that, you got a pretty good chance.
Yeah, for sure. And Brody did a good job, but also the guys up front. I think they kind of got excited, and I think they probably had the best run blocks of their year firing off because they was excited. No one was under center, so really good job by them. And that's going to really facilitate us to have success down the road. So just to be something else to defend, because I think we can do that. We can also spread it out. You've seen us in empty. You've seen us a lot of times just in 10 personnel, doubles and trips. So we definitely need to kind of touch up a little bit on that from what we did the last 2 weeks. But I'm excited to see how we carry that going forward, that momentum.
Let's go ahead, step out, and take our first break of the evening. When we come back here to Red's Place, we'll talk to Boyd County defensive back and wide receiver Cam May. Back after this on 105.7 FM WLGC.
Primary Plus is your home for quality, advanced, affordable health care, offering family health, OBGYN, counseling, dental, diabetes management, patient-centered medical home, school-based health services, and a pharmacy. Primary Plus also offers the COVID-19 vaccine. Primary Plus with locations in Ashland, Vanceburg, South Shore, Grayson, Tollsboro, Maysville, Flemingsburg, and now in Moorhead. Online, primaryplus.net. For quality, advanced, affordable health care, come to Primary Plus. Again, online, primaryplus.net.
Choice Credit Union, member NCUA.
At Clark's Pump and Shop, we're not just a gas station, we're your neighbors.
We're the folks who support your child's sports teams. Fuel your mornings with fresh ground coffee and have a friendly staff that probably knows the name of your dog.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Tired of gas prices draining your wallet faster than your tank?
Download the Clark's Pump and Shop Rewards app. Earn discounts on gas, breakfast sandwiches, drinks, and more.
Fuel up, snack up, save up with Clark's Rewards. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
No down payment? No problem. Here at KFB, we make homeownership easy with our no down payment home loans. Whether you're buying your first home or ready for something new, KFB is here to guide you every step of the way. Apply today and take the first step towards your dream home with no money down. Restrictions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. KFB, the better bank, located at Ashland, Catlettsburg, Louisa, Summit, and Wheelersburg. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're back with all the action, all the pride. Boyd County Lions football on 105.7 WLGC.
And welcome back to Red's Place for the Boyd County Coaches Show here on 105.7 FM WLGC. Red's Place located at 8130 U.S. Route 60 here in Ashland. Joining me now is Cam May, and what a great night Cam had there on Friday night against Greenup County. You take a look at some of these numbers. You had 3 total touchdowns, 2 of them by pick six, and another interception to go along with that. Almost another pick six. If you could have got an extra 3 yards, it'd have been all right. But 157 total yards on the 3 returns, and somewhere around 180 all-purpose yards for the ball game. And Cam, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And it came out. You got us on the board early with the pick six that really got us going. What were you keying on when you got the first pick?
I dropped back, watched the quarterback's eyes, and he just stared at the receiver the whole time, and the team just blocked awesome for me and just took off with it.
Okay, and then after that, you got the 25-yard touchdown pass from Jace Manning, and you were pretty open on that. What kind of route were you running?
Go route.
A go route. Okay, and he was able to find you. Then later on there in the first quarter, you get that other pick, and it puts us up after the extra points, 21-0, and you all got to be feeling pretty good about yourselves at that time.
Yeah, the energy was up right there.
Yep, and so. Now with that, you've set a lot of records here at Boyd County. 2 interceptions for return in one game, which at least sets or ties. You're on top, and for a career as well. So it's off to a pretty good start, and not bad for a guy that didn't even play last year.
Yeah.
So. What made you come back to playing football? I mean, it's a great decision, but did you miss it there for a year?
Yeah, I did. I let my body develop a little bit and decided to come back and play, enjoy the game.
Now, you get out there and you play both sides of the ball. What's your favorite part of the football game?
Just stopping the opposing team, really. Scoring on them, stopping them, yeah.
Yep. So, I already talked to Ferg about this a little bit. You all went out offensive yesterday. Today, a big film day. Is that hard on you, just having to sit there and film instead of getting up and going?
A little bit, but really it kind of helped us to get a little rest and look back and watch some film a lot more.
Yep. Well, Kim, appreciate you showing up here tonight, and great game, and hopefully we'll be talking to you, player of the game, player of the week, somewhere down the road.
Thank you.
All right, that's Cam May, Boyd County defensive back, Boyd County wide receiver. Right now, go ahead and text us some questions in, and we'll talk to Boyd County head coach Evan Ferguson here. The number you need to text is 740-302-0936. That number again is 740-302-0936. And I tell you what,
I shared that on our Facebook page too. Somebody wants to check it there. Yeah.
Okay. And last week was our first show from here. We'll finish the way for the rest of the football season here. I tell you what, great food out here last week.
Yeah, I really enjoy this place. Jared's here.
Jared's here. Jared Caesar.
But no, we got Sharon does a great job with Reds, and we're glad to have Reds on board. They've got the radio going on the other end, so everybody can hear it when you're in here now. So it's pretty cool making this kind of a special football atmosphere in a way, and it's exciting to make excitement in the community. It's exciting for me to have that, and I think that's a big part of what football's about. It's about a community aspect of our community is taking on another community every Friday night, and our guys are. I don't think it gets any bigger than this one, coming up. So, but it was fun last week, and we hope it's been a great crowd at home. All 3 games this year, and I don't think this Friday will be any exception to that.
Right, home game, Ashland. I mean, that's enough said right there, and a possible home playoff game on the line there, depending on what happens the rest of the year. But you put yourself in a pretty good position if you can take care of business Friday.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This game, obviously, it's big on rivalry standards. It's big on just wanting to win every game. We want to win every game, but it really goes a long way. If we get this one, it's very likely. It's not a guarantee, but it's very likely to get that first home playoff game. But RPI does some crazy things because there's a couple different scenarios. I won't go dive through those where we wouldn't, but I would say it's arguably 90% or better that we would get the home game in that scenario. So that would be great, and I think our kids deserve that. And but I guess we'll deserve it if we win Friday.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it. So we can't ask for something that we don't go get on our own. So we got to go get the job done on ourselves, and we can't leave it up to fate on anything like that. So we need to go get the job done Friday night, and if we do that. We put ourselves in a good situation to be successful.
And, you take a look at everything that's happened here this week with the weather coming in today. You had to change it up from yesterday. What does that do to you? Because coaches are a creature of habits, a creature of habits. You know what I'm trying to say.
I knew what you're saying. I definitely hate changing. I was debating on doing some different things with it, and like I said, our guys are getting versatile. We're not going to make excuses. We're going to make it happen, and we talked about that going into Friday's game, being on fall break. We had Thursday, Friday, and Monday out of school. And, we could say that could be, a creature of habit. I like to have school on the day of the game.
Yep.
We're in that routine. So we can make an excuse where we can get the job done. And I think, by all means, we got the job done last Friday. So that needs to make sure it continues this week. And, at this point in the year, while we have routines, we have habits, we also have to be able to just adapt and make plays and make whatever need to happen. So, we can't worry about the things we can't control. Just control what we can and try to get the job done.
And, your kids, they have to be coming in with some confidence right now. I mean, they played really well all year, and I know you keep going back to that East Carter game, and you're still just a couple of plays away from winning that.
Yeah, I think there's some changes we made after that would probably have really affected how that game went. But, that's hats off to East Carter for making great plays to beat us in that scenario. And I think it might have been, as much as I hate to lose any game, that was arguably the fire that, has kind of sparked our little run since then. We let that one slide at Johnson Central with some opportunities that we'd like to have back as well. But I really hope that it continues to build, and we have to look at it as every game's an opportunity to go show out, and we only get so many of these, and that's we're looking at this game, and I've heard stuff, and I don't want to get too far ahead of our show here, but I've heard a lot about, how many years has it been since we beat Ashland and this and that, and that's the thing about football is I don't care if we're playing Ashland, we're playing whoever, you get one chance to play them.
Yep.
I mean, a couple times you may get them in playoffs again, but, you get one chance to play somebody, and then you have to think about it for 365 days on your next opportunity to get the job done. So we want to make sure we capitalize on every opportunity, and there's a lot of pressure in that, but there's a lot of opportunity in that as well.
Yep.
So you got to make sure you go and seize opportunities when you have the chance.
And just got a text here from Jason Crum also. The win over Greenup County puts you on the third on the all-time list at Boyd County. You passed up Bill Tom Ross with that win. And Teeny Van Hoos and Tom Scott are ahead of you, two legends, and becoming a legend in your own right.
And we'll let's just go win Friday night now. And I just want to keep adding more, and I'm really happy to be here. I'm at Boyd County, and I'm really proud of what these kids are working and building. We've had to, had to build it from the ground up, and there's been a lot of people, and I could talk all day about, who's been big helps, and there's been a lot of, coaches and just support people that have really helped. And I think even what we're doing with this is to continue to help grow the program.
Yes.
And, that's why we want to do this. We want this to be a premier place, and I'm really proud of what these kids have done. It doesn't matter for me on that, but that's, we'll take it one game at a time and hopefully get the job done.
And, talking about that, now you got 66 players out on your roster. Is that right?
To be completely honest with you, I've almost lost track. There's been some ebbs and flows with that. I thought it was 68, but I think it's 68 players on our roster. We had a little bit more at one point, and things fizzle out sometimes as the year goes. But the program is definitely growing on that, the numbers wise. We have good participation at the younger levels, and it's just really exciting to see the help that we have from our middle school, coaches trying to get the job done. Our JFL's done a great job the last few years, and it's continuing to be successful. And actually, I was talking to Jim McKee there at Scott County. He talks about how it takes 7-8 years sometimes to build a program, and we're kind of in that sense. I said I wanted to get it done sooner. I was
sure,
but at the same time we're not. It's never going to be built. The day we think we're done, we fail. But at the same time, we're definitely on the right track. And let's be honest, this game will go a long way for kind of getting us over that hump of we're playing a lot of teams really well. We play a lot of teams each and every week that I think we can go beat. I don't think there's ever a game we go in now that I don't think we have a chance to go compete and win in. But at the same time, we really need that. We need this win. Let's be honest. We need this win Friday night. Let's go get the job done.
And, the one thing I've noticed about you, too, and, I've been here since you've been here, and you do a great job of getting out in the community and supporting your lower programs. And that goes a long way.
Well, it's fun to see, what the future is going to hold. And, we talk about Cam didn't play last year, but at the same time, I did get to see what he could do as an 8th grader.
Yep.
And I would like to think that he would have regretted not playing as a freshman. Would like to have that opportunity back. Cam, is that correct? Okay.
I heard yes on that.
Yeah, he heard yes. But, players will make plays for you. Players win games, not coaches. And whenever you have good players playing for you, it really helps. And I think it's really exciting to see all the people that are helping this be successful. We have a lot of really good football players on our team, a lot of really good kids on our team. And when you have good kids and good people and good parents raising those kids, it makes my job a lot easier.
Sure.
So that makes it great, and it really makes it a joy to coach. And this team's been really fun to coach for me.
Sure. And, speaking of Cam again, I've never heard him quiet till he got a microphone in front of him.
It has that effect on some of us. Doesn't it?
Let's go ahead, step out, and take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more. Don't forget to text your questions in 740-302-0936. Back after this on the Boyd County Coaches Show from Red's Place, 8130 U.S. Route 60 in Ashland on 105.7 FM WLGC.
Hungry for flavor that hits the spot? Red's Place in the Meade Station Plaza has been serving Ashland for 7 years, and they're just getting started. From fan-favorite stuffed mushrooms to hand-patty burgers like the Red's Loaded Burger to jumbo wings tossed in your choice of 20 sauces. You'll taste the difference every time. At Red's Place, it's more than great food. It's personalized service that makes you feel right at home. Red's Place, 8130 Route 60 in Ashland. Find them on Facebook and taste the tradition.
Temperatures are on the rise, and so is the bite, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewes, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter what species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Zoom, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
At Clark's Pump and Shop, we're not just a gas station, we're your neighbors.
We're the folks who support your child's sports teams. Fuel your mornings with fresh ground coffee and have a friendly staff that probably knows the name of your dog.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Tired of gas prices draining your wallet faster than your tank?
Download the Clark's Pump and Shop Rewards app. Earn discounts on gas, breakfast sandwiches, drinks, and more.
Fuel up, snack up, save up with Clark's Rewards. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Hi, I'm Kevin Anderson with First National Bank in Moorhead. From home, auto, and construction financing to refinancing options, we've got the tools to help move you forward. We also offer checking, savings, and full business banking solutions built to support you and your goals. Stop in to see us and let's talk about how we can help you. First National Bank, a tradition of value since 1902. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're back with all the action, all the pride. Boyd County Lions football on 105.7 WLGC.
And welcome back to the Boyd County Coaches Show, live from Red's Place, 8130 U.S. Route 60 here in Ashland. Come on out and join us. And Greg Preston, along with Boyd County head coach Evan Ferguson. And, Coach, I guess first question of the night. Are there any unsung heroes, guys, you might not show up in the stat sheet, but make a big difference in every game? Good question right there.
Yeah, absolutely. That I feel like I'm going to leave some unsung heroes up by saying this. There's so many people. I'm going to, not a kid, but I'm going to say somebody who's the most unsung hero of Boyd County sports and athletics in general is Jeff Stewart.
Yep, no question about that, hands down.
I don't think any sport program is successful without that man in Boyd County right now. He does so much for us. But as far as our football team, we could go all day. Obviously, linemen don't ever get the credit they deserve.
Right.
And I think right now we're doing a really good job on, the offensive defensive line. It's probably the best we've ran the football in a while since I've been here. Consistently, we're able to set up. Now, like I said, we got to get better at throwing the football now. So that might have been the strength at the start of the year. Right. Now we kind of got to tie that back in. But the line's done a great job for us, and they've stepped up. And like I said, as far as the lines, just call them. We'll lay them out. Right tackle, Taryn Tackett. Right guard, Cameron Thompson. Center, Devin Nelson. Left guard, Caden Thompson. And left tackle, Logan Stevens. They've done a really good job for us. And I think beyond that, I want to go to the special teams thing. And I think when we look at our special teams, I've mentioned Ian Branham. Ian's been on the show, done a great job. But to step in, he does a great job at long snapping. Caden Butler is actually – we don't talk about punting. I don't want to ever punt, but he's actually had a pretty successful year, knock on wood, with punting. Again, I think when you start – I get I'm very superstitious on my special teams, so I'm getting nervous now talking about this. But, Ian long snapping, I think Evan Williams does a good job of holding for us. He's really kind of got the ball where it needs down quick, and Ryan Crank does a great – I mean, that side of the game is something that we can't take for granted because that point matters, know. And I think when you look at that extra point team, and I think how we've got some guys that do a good job on our extra point, our field goal team, I don't want to jinx that in any way, but, I mean, it just is really effective that we almost can think about, okay, we got that one almost.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I watch it every single time. As soon as I see it go through it, I'm, okay, good. But we've done a really good job. And I think Coach Dustin Adams, has done a fantastic job for us on kind of helping us get the protections right on that. He's taking a lot of charge on what we do with our extra point team. So that's something that I think we just don't talk about enough. And I don't want to, because the one time you're talking about that is whenever bad things are happening. I got it out of the way. We're done with the unsung hero on that. But no, there's a lot of things. So there's a lot of good football players on our team, though, that probably don't get the credit. And And really, I think the scout team is something that always is something that you don't talk about. You hear Kirby Smart talking about that, the head coach for Georgia, on how they won the Natty a couple of years ago, on how great of a look they get in scout each and every day in practice, and nobody really cares about that, right? Nobody hears how, but that's so important to a team.
Oh, it is.
And as much as I'm so ecstatic that we have Cam May playing for us, but just as an example, Cam's a special athlete, right? And kids like that, whenever they're even out as freshmen, that even if he's not playing for us on varsity, he would have made our team better last year, no matter what. And that's no slam to him on not playing. I'm glad he's out here now, and obviously he scored Cam May 21, the Math Sparks post but it's just really good to have your best players in the school on the team and working to get better. And I think there's those young guys, they're doing a lot for us, and they're never going to get their name called for at least a year or two. But when they do, we'll be happy, and can't wait to sing their praises then for sure.
And another question in here, it says, being Ashland week, do you need any extra motivation or bulletin board material?
I think our team has responded really well to bulletin board material this year. We'll
leave it at that.
But at the same time, I don't think you should ever need extra motivation to play. Now, kids are kids, but, I mean, when you have the opportunity to go play football, that should be the opportunity enough. And I think that, even when I first got here and our program was not in the situation to actually go beat them, let's be honest with you, I think we still had that desire. Everybody said we got to beat Ashland. I think that's been our measuring stick because it is so close by. And they've had a lot of success, and I really respect a lot of that with Ashland's program, the tradition, the success they have, and they have a standard for excellence that they always expect to win. And I think whenever a team has that, that's really what you kind of want to be as an opposing coach or whatever. You want to have that. You want to make sure you have the standard of excellence that you're always going to win and get the job done every week. And they've found a way to get that on us for several years, and I think it'd be ideal time to change it, hopefully. But it's going to come down to the kids on the field, and because I know Coach Tack will have his bunch ready to roll, and I think we will too. And I think he does a good job with his team, and we'll be ready to go get that job done, hopefully.
Next question says, how has your team prepared differently for this rival game compared to other matchups this season?
Honestly, I would say we're not preparing for it any differently. And I think the only difference is arguably, we talk a lot about you don't call me on this week, but you mentioned their name. They're going to be, we know that statistic. Whenever we're playing in Ashland, we see these kids. I mean, heck, we play them in basketball so 6 times a year almost. It seems like. And, they play them in baseball. They play them in all these other sports, and they just see them out about the town. And I think there's a lot of good kids there too. And I believe that whenever we are playing them, sometimes we refer to them in names more than numbers. I think that's about the only thing I would say is different is we can kind of talk, hey, so-and-so's this. And, and I think that's something that's kind of a little bit more different than saying you got to watch their tight end or watch their whatever.
Right. We'll field this one now. How are you planning to handle the pressure and emotions that come in a rivalry atmosphere?
I think that you have to just focus on doing what we do best and you got to, I think it comes down to trusting your players to make those plays, and your kind of explosive guys will kind of step up. And you watch how every rivalry game, say you throw the records out the window, right? And, you look at even Ohio State last year, as great of a team they were and won the national championship. They still didn't get done against a depleted Michigan team at the end of the year. And, whenever a team is motivated, they're going to play all the stops. And I think both Boyd County and Ashland this Friday will pull out all the stops to beat each other. And at that point, you have to, you don't want to change too much. You're going to probably have some special wrinkles in, but at the same time, it's going to be a good, hard-fought game, and we got to make sure we just do what we need to do. And I think you preach on consistency, and you preach on we are on an upswing. We don't have to be something. We don't have to be something bigger than who we are to win the game.
Right.
And as long as we realize that we just have to be Boyd County and be us to go win the game, that's whenever I think we'll start to really finally get over the hump. But right now, whenever we think we have to do something extraordinary or something to beat a team, those kids, put their shoes on the same way we do, right? And they live not far away. They're good kids. I'm not downplaying any of their success, but we don't have to be anything special in a way. We have to just be the best version of ourselves and continue to play with the passion and emotion we've had the last few weeks. If we play with that energy and the focus we have, we'll be okay.
Since we got to take a break here in a minute, I'm going to get you one more question before we step out for it. This question says, what's this game mean to you and for the program?
I think it mean I'd be lying to you if I told you it's just another game. I mean, I think at that point I'm trying to be as downplayed as I can on a lot of this stuff, but at the same time, this game means a lot. I think when I first come here, I don't know if I couldn't imagine just losing, like we have for a while, and I'd say I don't ever expect to lose a game, and I can't ever say that we're not as good as somebody. So. But at the same time, I've realized that almost everything, one of my biggest pet peeves I have at being at Boyd County is the fact that everything I seem like we do is compared to them. And as far as Ashland, and that's no disrespect to Ashland, I think they're a great program, but we're doing great things in a lot of ways at our school and a lot of our different programs. But, Ashland does, we're going to do it our way, and we're going to do it what we want to do to be successful. We're going to do it the Boyd County way. And I think it would mean a lot to where we kind of finally get that monkey off our back, for lack of, just to get over the hump of, we've won beat a traditional powerhouse, and they are. So it'd be a huge opportunity for us, and I can't wait for it.
Yep. And when we come back, we'll talk about what everybody's wanting to hear anyway, what you think about Ashland and that game coming up. You talk about the importance of it, and it's no secret this year where everybody's at. So let's go ahead, step out, and take a break on the Boyd County Coaches Show live here from Red's Place on 105.7 FM WLGC.
No down payment? No problem. Here at KFB, we make homeownership easy with our no down payment home loans. Whether you're buying your first home or ready for something new, KFB is here to guide you every step of the way. Apply today and take the first step towards your dream home with no money down. Restrictions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. KFB, the better bank. Located at Ashland, Catlettsburg, Louisa, Summit, and Wheelersburg. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Primary Plus is your home for quality, advanced, affordable health care, offering family health, OBGYN, counseling, dental, diabetes management, patient-centered medical homes, school-based health services, and a pharmacy. Primary Plus also offers the COVID-19 vaccine. Primary Plus with locations in Ashland, Vanceburg, South Shore, Grayson, Tollsboro, Maysville, Flemingsburg, and now in Moorhead. Online, primaryplus.net. For quality, advanced, affordable health care, come to Primary Plus. Again, online, primaryplus.net.
Hungry for flavor that hits the spot? Red's Place in the Meade Station Plaza has been serving Ashland for 7 years, and they're just getting started. From fan-favorite stuffed mushrooms to hand-patty burgers like the Red's Loaded Burger to jumbo wings tossed in your choice of 20 sauces. You'll taste the difference every time. At Red's Place, it's more than great food. It's personalized service that makes you feel right at home. Red's Place, 8130 Route 60 in Ashland. Find them on Facebook and taste the tradition.
Temperatures are on the rise, and so is the bite, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewes, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter what species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Zoom, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
You're back with all the action, all the pride. Boyd County Lions football on 105.7 WLGC.
And welcome back to the Boyd County Coaches Show, live from Reds Place, 8130 U.S. Route 60 here in Ashland. Greg Preston and Boyd County head coach Evan Ferguson here tonight. Thank you back to the studio to Dwayne Fowler for what he does back there. And up here, the guy that always gets us on with this tech stuff, Coach, we got Ian Wilbur. He puts in a lot of his time over here, and we finally got him on the air a little bit too with the halftime shows and all that. So good to see that, and we really appreciate him. And Coach, Friday night, Ashland on the agenda. No secret, they're a very good ball team.
Absolutely, they are every single year, and that's what we talk about. The importance of this game is because they are a powerhouse, and they're a really good program in general. And this Ashland team is no different. And I almost want to set the record straight for them, and I'm sure Coach Tackett appreciates it. I think they're a really good football team this year. I've heard a lot of people being like, they might have dropped too early on, but there was a couple turnovers in that game that would drastically change the outcome. I thought they really played, did a lot of things right. They had a big injury in the first game, and kind of that changes things. They still had turnovers, and they still got beat on a last-second kick, and then playing Lawrence County. They had, that ball on their kick was just short. They're just they're a little bit of a wind gust the wrong way from being, or just the way the ball bounces from being, undefeated right now. So
and playing at Lawrence County is a hard place to play.
It is, and but they it's just I don't want to make excuses for them, but there's a lot of opportunities that they I can't downplay their ability right now. I think they do a good job. They've figured out a little bit by now of who they are offensively. I think they're continuing to get better each week, and they put up, I think, 52 last week. They put up 28, very similar to how it was for us in the first half against Greenup. We had 35, but it was it's kind of similar on how that game started. They kind of tried to do some different things in the third quarter. I think they kind of had some bad breaks there, and Greenup made some great plays that kind of got them back in the game. But you look at that, and where I think we're similar in a lot of ways. We run a similar defense. We run a lot of the similar stuff on offense right now. So, we don't want to say we're, mirror images by any means of each other, but we do a lot of things, in similar fashions. And I just think that they're going to be well prepared. They're well coached. They know what their assignments are. And I think it's always fun to coach against teams like that because, you can you hope your scheme kind of comes out and you let your players in just kind of capitalize on the matchups you create for them. And we really need to make sure we capitalize those opportunities. I think we almost had some of those opportunities that we talked about it before against Johnson Central, about an inch or two away from having a couple really big plays in that game, and that we're probably still in a lot better mood right now if that one would have changed. But I know our kids are locked in this week. I never have to try to motivate them for this week, and that makes my job a little bit easier. But I think they're going to come out and run the football, and I think defensively they're playing really good.
Yep, and you mentioned it right there. At least by the numbers, a run-first football team, over 300 yards a game on the ground. And run the football, they start with Cam Davis, and by no means is he the only guy they got. They're good up front, too. You've got Simpkins, and the quarterback Hughes is pretty good. They've got Taylor. So, there's a lot of guys you're going to have to be able to stop.
Yeah, absolutely. They can do a lot with what they have on offense, and they are run first. Cam Davis is one of the best backs in the area without a doubt, and so we have to start with him obviously, but like you said, they can they also have other guys too, and it's the Simpkins kids really had a big year and come on strong, and I don't want to go, but there's just a lot of options there and what they have in the backfield, and I think you really can't undersell how good they are up front. I think they we talked about how good Johnson Central was up front. I think Ashland is, at least at what they do, arguably just as good, if not better, up front on how they can run their zone. They probably run the best inside zone team we'll definitely face all year. They really just do a great job of marrying themselves to their concepts, and they do a great job every year of improving at it. And I think I enjoy watching it because they do a great job. It's a lot of that clinic textbook stuff. So they're going to run the football really well. Hughes does a good job for them on reading and I think he's gotten better each and every week at reading it and making his decisions. And we talked earlier about inexperience, and people talking about his inexperience early when I had some turnovers. He's really come a long way, and he's playing some good football for him right now. And so
Nope, you're good. So, but yeah, Hughes has come a long way.
Absolutely, yeah. He's come a long way, and he throws a nice ball. He's got great athletic ability. He's a good basketball player for him. So, I mean, the kid can play, and, you make decisions quick on a basketball court. I think that translates a lot to football as well.
Right.
And, every sport translates to each other if you look at it. And, you have your athletes that can play like he can. It puts them in a good spot to be successful. And, we got to make sure we can't over-pursue. I mean, they can get some trickeration. They ran some reverses and stuff this year and things. And, they just have a lot of explosive ability. They have speed, and I think that's one thing that's hurt us in the past several years. I think we've been, the speed we have to make sure we can match up with. And I would argue this has been our fastest team since we've been here. I'm not saying I don't want to kind of create that battle. I don't want to create that controversy or whatever or storyline for Friday night, but at the same time, this is our probably fastest team. And I think that directly relates to your defensive success because then your pursuit angles are so much better. And when you can pursue the football and attack, it just makes you a better football team. And we've done a really good job of having a lot of, assisted tackles this year because there's usually 2 or 3 people on the ball every time. And that's what you want to look in a good defense. And, your kind of risk with that is having, big playability on somebody hitting a pass, big pass games in the secondary. But you look at that last week, we turned the ball over really well back there. And, guys like Cam and Connor and Caleb Kelly and James McNeils have done a really good job for our secondary this year on tackling and also making sure we keep the back end locked in, shelled up.
And, watching Ashland on film, they do a good job defensively of getting a lot of guys to the football.
Yes, it's like they can swarm to the ball quick. We talk a lot about Cam Davis on offense on his running ability, but he does a really good job of, he can be at 10, 12 yards deep at safety and kind of hit you at the edge, for a 2-yard gain whenever you think you got the leverage and you got him out leverage or out formationed on something. He does a good job of just making up for whatever. And he's going to be, we got to make sure to account for that. And they can do a lot of just press man outside. That's what they've come with the last couple of weeks. Sometimes they'll go with their true quarters look or kind of cover to it. And, they do what they do. And I think whenever they do what they do is a mark of a well-coached team that's going to, they believe in what they do. The kids are going to believe in what they do. And it kind of limits your panic if you ever struggle at that point. So their defensive, they can do a lot. Their defensive line's really good. For the Rucker kid does a great job of pressuring the passer and creating havoc up front. And I like what they're doing. They're doing a little bit of different things on some 3rd and longs with their with their alignments on their pass rushes. And I think it's really good stuff with the bigs on the same side and kind of getting their different stunts there with it. We got to make sure our slides and protections are right. And I think it's going to be really fun for us to make sure play that cat and mouse game with what they're going to do because they're going to be locked in. I think our guys are going to be locked in, and it's just going to come down to execution at that point. And
turnovers could play a big part in the ball game.
Usually in a big game like this, it comes down to turnovers and special teams play, and that's why I definitely didn't want to jinx it talking about it earlier. But we actually come down to back in the 21 game, the 10-7 game, we missed a kick there in the second quarter that it happens, but it definitely is something that losing a 3-point game, you don't forget it. And we've lost some 1-point games in the past, not necessarily to them, but we've lost some 1-point, and that's why everything's going to be of utmost importance, and we got to have laser focus. And it doesn't mean we definitely don't want to make a mistake, but it's also we can't let one mistake compound into 2 or 3 or whatever or snowball effect. We got him in 22. We was down there, had an opportunity to score on the 5-yard line, and kind of had a little miscommunication in the backfield. And it was crushing. It was 4th down. The score at the end was 15 to 8. And we really, actually 14-8, sorry. And we had opportunities to go take the lead and go up on them right then. And we kind of had a miscommunication, get stopped on 4th and short. 2 plays later, they had the ball down inside our 5-yard line. Right. And we had a blown pass protection and had some, blown pass coverage. And it just shows you what can happen if you let one play compound. And we got to make sure we have laser focused. If you guys are listening to our team, like, guys, you're going to make a mistake. You don't dwell on it, get the next play. And just keep playing, keep competing. You're a good football team and you're good guys, and we just can't let one play turn into 2 bad plays. And that's whenever you have a bad outcome. So we got to make sure we make our own luck, as we talked about earlier, and just keep playing hard and we'll be all right.
And I know you touched on this a little bit earlier, but matchup-wise, you got to feel pretty good about where we're at with them.
I definitely think, I think Friday will be the ultimate test, obviously. Last year, first drive, we had a good opportunity. We went down and scored, and on some alignment things, and that they made some adjustments. And honestly, when they went to just playing straight man and zipped us up across the board, we really struggled to get open. And they were playing a lot of cover 0/cover 1, and we didn't win a lot of one-on-one battles. And they hats off to them. They had a really good football team last year. Some guys playing on Saturdays currently right now for the Division I level, so they're a good football team. But I think we have to realize that those plays that we have to make sure we win some one-on-one battles in that scenario, because if not, we have to always control the box. If you're going to run a spread offense like we do, you have to be able to get somebody in too high, and if you get them in too high, you have to make sure you run the football. If they can load the box on you, you can't take shots against one high and play, and win cover 0 battles, you're going to struggle. Right. And it's simple as that. I mean, it's a game of numbers. It's a chess match in that sense. But whenever you have to make sure, and I think we're at that level. Hopefully, we'll see that we can kind of be. If we're just doing what we're doing, we'll be fine. And whenever they give us something, we have to capitalize and so forth. We have to make sure we can hold serve on our end, where we don't give up any big plays. It's going to come down to explosive plays and turnovers.
Right.
We talked about that already, and penalties, and we got to make sure we limit those things. But it's just going to be an opportunity of, if we get that man option, we're trying to run, mesh concepts or quick game concepts. We have to win those one-on-one battles outside. I think, we had some great receivers last year, and they did a good job, but we have to just get more separation. The ball has to be out on time, and make sure the protection, like I said, our slides against their different stunts and their patterns on how they do it. We have to make sure we have the check in, the correct pass pro on, and be locked in. And there's a lot of ins and outs to it, and it should be a really fun game Friday night.
And this group of kids that we have, they'll play 4 quarters.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. I know these guys are. I know they're looking forward to this moment. And it's a big game, and there's no doubt about it. The importance that we can place on it, and I can try to downplay it all we want, but it's a big game, and it's for a lot of bragging rights. It's also for a home field playoff game.
Yes.
So if we go get the job done, I really am excited to see what the county's going to be like. After that, it's going to be a good night, but. We got to make sure we just do our job and realize that every play is a new opportunity, and we can't dwell on what happens on the previous play, no matter how good or bad as it was. We can't get lazy if we get up. We can't get down if we're down. We got to make sure we just stay the course, and we got to be steady Eddie, but we got to be steady Eddie at full locked-in focus and have that passion that's just playing with their hair on fire and go get the job done.
Yep, Friday night, Boyd County and Ashland out at the Boyd County Athletic Complex. Will be on the air at 7 o'clock. Kickoff is at 7:30. It'll be on Kool TV as well, so you can join us on that. Or you can join us like you do every week on 105.7 FM WLGC. Let's go ahead and step out and take our final break here on the Boyd County Coaches Show from Red's Place. Back after this on 105.7 FM WLGC.
Hungry for flavor that hits the spot? Red's Place in the Meade Station Plaza has been serving Ashland for 7 years, and they're just getting started. From fan-favorite stuffed mushrooms to hand-patty burgers like the Red's Loaded Burger to jumbo wings tossed in your choice of 20 sauces, you'll taste the difference every time. At Red's Place, it's more than great food. It's personalized service that makes you feel right at home. Red's Place, 8130 Route 60 in Ashland. Find them on Facebook and taste the tradition.
Since Ninth Choice Credit Union, member NCUA.
At Clark's Pump & Shop, we're not just a gas station. We're your neighbors.
We're the folks who support your child's sports teams. Fuel your mornings with fresh ground coffee and have a friendly staff that probably knows the name of your dog.
Clark's Pump & Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Tired of gas prices draining your wallet faster than your tank?
Download the Clark's Pump & Shop Rewards app. Earn discounts on gas, breakfast sandwiches, drinks, and more.
Fuel up, snack up, save up with Clark's Rewards. Clark's Pump & Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Primary Plus is your home for quality, advanced, affordable health care, offering family health, OBGYN, counseling, dental, diabetes management, patient-centered medical home, school-based health services, and a pharmacy. Primary Plus also offers the COVID-19 vaccine. Primary Plus with locations in Ashland, Vanceburg, South Shore, Grayson, Tollsboro, Maysville, Flemingsburg, and now in Moorhead. Online, primaryplus.net. For quality, advanced, affordable health care, come to Primary Plus. Again, online, primaryplus.net.
You're back with all the action, all the pride. Boyd County Lions football on 105.7 WLGC.
And welcome back to the Boyd County Coaches Show here on 105.7 FM WLGC, live from Reds Place, 8130 U.S. Route 60 here in Ashland. Greg Preston, Evan Ferguson, and Coach, hoping for a big crowd Friday at the Boyd County Athletic Complex.
Yeah, I really, it's been a great crowd so far for all the home games. And if you're not excited about this one as a county fan, you're not ever going to be. So I think it should be, we got to make sure it's a great environment, let our home field advantage kind of hopefully come into play and be that 12th man for us.
Well, don't see it being any different because off on fall break last week and a great crowd.
Yeah, and there should be no excuses this week, I would say. But, I will say one thing, too. We had a little bit of a film issue on Friday, and if you haven't got a chance to check out the broadcast on Kool TV, it was fantastic. What the show that, with the video production in the background, the different angles, it was great. I guess Preston and Pete, Coach Fraley did a decent job. But no, but in all reality, guys, it's top-notch production, and just hats off to you guys for putting on a good show to allow everybody to watch it. And our kids love to watch that after the game's over anyway. So it was really good it's a good production, and just appreciate what y'all are doing. Appreciate Reds Place having us out here today, and let's go out there and Friday night. Like I said, we'll be make our fans be the 12th man.
Well, and two of the guys that are partly responsible for getting us out here at Reds Place. We got one of your coaches, Chris Williams, and we've got Jared Caesar out here. Special thanks for them for getting this thing done.
Absolutely. Thanks to Sharon for having us out. And I'm going to go eat my wrap here in a second. And,
I got to find me something to eat here, too. I haven't had dinner yet.
But, no, guys, if you have a chance, check this place out. But, again, please come out Friday night and support the Lions. We're going to need all the help we can get, and we want to be locked in. And I appreciate your support of what we're doing right now with Boyd County football, and make sure we're supporting all Boyd County athletics. And I'm really proud of where we're at as a school and as a district going forward. There's a lot of great things happening here we should be proud of, and let's continue to work on making it great.
Right. Thanks back to the studio again. Dwayne Fowler doing a great job here, helping us with production, and also as Ian Wilburn. A nice crowd out here again tonight. And we're going to get ready to eat some supper here in just a minute. Don't forget, we'll be on the air 7 o'clock Friday from Boyd County Athletic Complex as they take on the Ashland Tomcats in a big district ball game, which could very well decide a home playoff game in the first round, depending on, obviously, what happens after that game. But, the winner of this one will have a leg up. And we're going to go ahead and get out of here. It's about time, at least by what my watch is telling me. So special thanks to Evan Ferguson again. And until Friday night at 7, I'm Greg Preston. Good night and God bless.
This has been the Boyd County Lions Coaches Show on 105.7 WLGC and the Total Media Sports Network. All rights reserved. Tune in next time for all your Boyd County Lions high school sports action. This broadcast of Boyd County Lions Athletics has been an exclusive presentation of the Total Media Sports Network and Hank FM 105.7 WLGC, Greenup, Ashland.